What if I told you there's a country where ancient castles whisper forgotten secrets, villages look like scenes from a storybook, and one moment you're walking through Roman ruins, and the next you're standing in the birthplace of Shakespeare? Welcome to England, a land of surprising contrasts and timeless charm. It's more than just Big Ben, red phone boxes, and rainy weather. Behind every cobbled street and misty moor lies a story waiting to be uncovered. From the mystery of Stonehenge to the wind-swept cliffs of Cornwall, this is a journey through legends, landscapes, and hidden gems that most travelers never get to see. So, stay with us, because by the end of this video, you might just see England in a way you never imagined. Did you know England has over 1,500 castles scattered across its countryside? From dramatic ruins on windswept cliffs to fairy tale fortresses hidden in the woods, each one has a story to tell. But here's something even more surprising. Many people think Big Ben is the name of the famous clock tower in London, but it's actually the name of the bell inside it. England is full of little quirks like that. For example, despite its rainy reputation, London actually gets less rainfall each year than cities like Rome and Miami. And while most people call the whole UK England, England is just one of 4 countries in the United Kingdom, alongside Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. This is also the birthplace of football, the world's most popular sport. The official rules were first written here in the 1800s, and the passion for the game still runs deep in every village and city. If you're a book lover, you'll be excited to know that England is home to the oldest bookstore in the UK, Hatchard's in London, which opened in 1797 and still serves customers today. And yes, tea really is a big deal. Brits drink around 100 million cups every single day. History lives in every corner here. Ancient Roman ruins, like Hadrian's Wall, still stand strong after nearly 2,000 years. What makes it even more magical is how compact it is. You can drive across the entire country in just a few hours, yet within that short journey, you'll pass through centuries of stories, legends, and landscapes that are anything but ordinary. Walking through London during the day feels like stepping into a living time machine. One moment you're standing before the majestic Buckingham Palace, watching the Queen's Guard perform their world-famous changing of the guard ceremony, and the next you're wandering into St. James's Park, where swans glide across tranquil ponds beneath the shadows of royal buildings. Just a short stroll away, the Houses of Parliament and the towering Big Ben greet you with their Gothic grandeur, standing proudly beside the River Thames. As sunlight glints off the water and red double-decker buses rumble across Westminster Bridge, the city feels both historic and alive. A little farther along the river, you'll find the striking London Eye, a giant observation wheel that offers sweeping daytime views of the city's skyline. Spotting landmarks from above makes the city feel even more magical. Not far from here is Trafalgar Square, a vibrant public space where visitors often gather around Nelson's Column and admire the fountains and lively street performers. From there, you can head down Whitehall, passing famous sites like Downing Street and Horse Guards Parade, until you arrive at the Grand Trafalgar Square and the world-renowned National Gallery, where masterpieces hang in light-filled rooms. Crossing over to the south side of the river, London shows a different face. The path along the south bank is perfect for a daytime walk, with views of the historic Tower Bridge in the distance. Stop at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre to imagine the days of the Bard, then explore the towering Shard, the tallest building in the UK, offering panoramic views across the city. The nearby Tower of London, with its stone walls and legendary ravens, takes you back nearly 1,000 years. London isn't just a city, it's a collection of stories, all unfolding in the daylight, one corner at a time. Cambridge feels like a city frozen in time, where every stone building and winding lane seems to whisper tales of scholars, poets, and discoveries that changed the world. As you wander through its historic streets in the daylight, the first thing that catches your eye is the stunning King's College Chapel, with its soaring Gothic architecture and magnificent stained glass windows. The soft chimes of nearby college bells fill the air as you step onto the backs. The peaceful green meadows behind the colleges, where you can see the spires and towers reflected in the River Cam. One of the most iconic experiences in Cambridge is watching the gentle punts float along the river, steered by students and guides sharing stories of famous alumni like Isaac Newton and Charles Darwin. During the day, the riverbanks come alive with visitors walking under old stone bridges like the Mathematical Bridge and the picturesque Bridge of Sighs at St. John's College. The view is like a painting: calm water, ancient architecture, and willow trees dipping their branches into the current. As you explore deeper, the heart of the city reveals its academic soul. The courtyards of colleges like Trinity, Clare, and Pembroke are open during the day, welcoming visitors into peaceful cloisters and lush college gardens. The Fitzwilliam Museum stands proudly with its classical columns, offering a treasure trove of art and artifacts from across the globe. Bicycles whiz past as students make their way to lectures, blending centuries of tradition with the energy of modern learning. In Cambridge, the past doesn't just sit in books. It breathes in the streets, in the light of day, and in the minds of those who walk its timeless paths. Step into York, and you'll feel like you've entered a living medieval storybook. By day, the city reveals its rich past through ancient stone walls that still surround the old town. Walking along the city walls, you'll get sweeping views of red-roofed buildings, narrow lanes, and church spires piercing the sky. In the distance, the majestic York Minster rises above everything, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture that took centuries to build. As sunlight pours through its towering stained glass windows, the cathedral's vast interior feels both powerful and peaceful, a place that has witnessed more than 1,000 years of English history. Just a short walk from the Minster, you'll find yourself in the Shambles, a famously narrow, winding street lined with timber-framed houses that lean in over the cobblestones. In the daylight, York isn't just a city to see. It's a place to feel, to walk, and to remember. Liverpool is a city that sings, sometimes literally. By day, the streets pulse with a rhythm that's part history, part innovation, and all heart. Start your journey at the historic Royal Albert Dock, where 19th century warehouses have been transformed into museums and galleries, all overlooking the sparkling waters of the River Mersey. As you walk along the dockside, the cry of seagulls and the creak of old ships mix with the hum of the city. This is where the Merseyside Maritime Museum tells tales of transatlantic voyages, and the Museum of Liverpool celebrates the spirit of a city that once stood at the heart of a global empire. The city is full of grand architecture, from the towering Liverpool Cathedral, one of the largest in the world, to the modern angular design of the Metropolitan Cathedral, often called Paddy's Wigwam by locals. In the green spaces like Sefton Park, locals picnic, read, or rowboats on the lake beneath the shade of wide trees. Liverpool isn't just a city of sights. It's a place of stories, of soul, and of daytime moments that stay with you long after you leave. Manchester is a city that built the modern world, and it's not shy about it. As you walk through the streets during the day, you'll see remnants of its industrial legacy standing proudly beside sleek modern buildings. The Science and Industry Museum, located on the site of the world's first passenger railway station, brings the city's pioneering spirit to life with working steam engines and interactive exhibits. Just steps away, the red brick warehouses and old cotton mills of Castlefield have been transformed into peaceful canalside walks where narrowboats drift beneath iron bridges, and the sound of water replaces the roar of machines. A guided walk around the square during the day reveals layers of history in the statues, fountains, and grand Victorian buildings. Not far away is the John Rylands Library, a true hidden gem where sunlight streams through stained glass onto rows of ancient books. It feels more like a cathedral than a library, quiet, majestic, and full of wonder. Just walking through its halls is like stepping back into another time. Yet Manchester is anything but stuck in the past. The Northern Quarter, alive during the day with murals, vintage shops, and local artists, shows the city's creative, rebellious side. A short tram ride takes you to Media City UK and Salford Quays, where broadcasters like the BBC operate beside shimmering modern architecture and waterside promenades. In Manchester, every street, museum and park tells part of a larger story. A story of grit, growth, and bold reinvention. Birmingham, at first glance, surprises you. not with ancient castles or sweeping countryside, but with its energy and unexpected charm. During the day, the city buzzes with movement and reinvention. Once the powerhouse of the Industrial Revolution, it has transformed into a modern hub filled with striking architecture and creative spaces. A great place to start is Centenary Square, where bold buildings like the futuristic Library of Birmingham rise beside historic monuments. Climb to the library's rooftop garden during the day, and you'll be rewarded with panoramic views of the city, where old factories, canals, and shiny skyscrapers all meet in one sprawling scene. One of Birmingham's most unique features is its vast canal network, which stretches even farther than Venice's. By daylight, these waterways are perfect for walking or cycling, winding past restored warehouses, peaceful parks, and quiet waterside cafes. Stroll along the Gas Street Basin, where narrowboats are moored beside modern galleries and performance spaces. It's a place where you can feel the echoes of the city's industrial past mixing with the rhythm of daily life. And just a short walk away, the Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery offers grand halls filled with everything from pre-Raphaelite masterpieces to ancient treasures. Venture into Jewellery Quarter under the morning sun, and you'll find a blend of artisan shops, working studios, and streets lined with Georgian buildings. This area has been producing fine jewellery for over 200 years and still hums with creativity today. In Victoria Square, fountains dance in the daylight while statues and historic buildings like Council House create a sense of old-world dignity. And for a breath of fresh air, head to Cannon Hill Park or the Birmingham Botanical Gardens, where green spaces burst with colour, perfect for a quiet pause in the city's vibrant rhythm. Birmingham may be England's second largest city, but it offers layers of discovery that feel entirely its own. The Cotswolds feel like a gentle dream of old England. Rolling green hills, golden stone cottages, and villages that seem untouched by time. As you arrive during the day, sunlight spills over the landscape, revealing patchwork fields, dry stone walls, and church spires rising in the distance. Towns like Burford, Stow-on-the-Wold, and Chipping-Campden welcome you with winding lanes and homes made from honey-coloured limestone, glowing warmly under the sun. You might pass sheep grazing quietly on the hills, or stumble upon a tiny village green where time seems to stand still. One of the best ways to experience the Cotswolds is simply to walk. The Cotswold Way, a scenic trail that stretches for over 100 miles, takes you through woodlands, open meadows, and ridgelines with sweeping views of the countryside. Along the way, you might pause at an ancient church, a crumbling abbey, or a secluded stream trickling through a quiet valley. In places like Broadway Tower, a hilltop folly, you can stand and look out across several counties on a clear day, an unforgettable sight in the soft morning light. Each village tells its own quiet story. In Bibury, often called the most beautiful village in England, rows of 17th century weavers' cottages line the narrow street of Arlington Row, their stone walls reflected in the gentle river beside them. The Cotswolds invite you to slow down, to notice the little things, and to fall in love with England's countryside at its most peaceful and poetic. Oxford is a city where history walks beside you, where every college gate and cobbled lane seems to whisper secrets of scholars, poets, and dreamers. By day, the golden sandstone buildings shimmer in the sunlight, giving the city an almost magical glow. Start your journey at the Radcliffe Camera, one of Oxford's most iconic buildings, standing proudly at the heart of the Bodleian Library. As you walk through Radcliffe Square, surrounded by spires and domes, it's easy to imagine the footsteps of past thinkers, from Lewis Carroll to Stephen Hawking, echoing on the same stones. In Oxford, learning doesn't just live in books. It lives in the buildings, in the gardens, in the rhythm of bicycles passing by. And as you explore it all in the soft light of day, you begin to understand why this place has sparked so many brilliant minds. Bath is a city that feels like it was carved from a single piece of honey-coloured stone and left to bask forever in the sunlight. As you enter during the day, the grand Georgian terraces curve along the hillsides like an architectural poem. The most famous of them all, the Royal Crescent, stands proudly above the city, its sweeping arc of elegant homes overlooking the green lawns of Royal Victoria Park. Strolling through the circus, with its perfectly rounded ring of townhouses, you begin to see why Bath has been called one of the most beautiful cities in England. At the heart of the city lies its most ancient treasure, the Roman baths. During the day, sunlight streams through the arches and glints off the warm, mineral-rich waters that still bubble up from deep underground. You can walk along the original Roman stone paths and peer into pools where people bathed nearly 2,000 years ago. Just next door, the stunning Bath Abbey soars into the sky with intricate stone carvings and a fan-vaulted ceiling that takes your breath away the moment you step inside. The Abbey Square, alive with musicians and artists in the daylight, is the perfect place to pause and soak in the atmosphere. Bath's charm continues through its parks and quiet corners. Walk along the peaceful Pulteney Bridge, lined with shops, and gaze down at the River Avon and its elegant horseshoe-shaped weir below. Whether you're following in the footsteps of Jane Austen or simply enjoying the rhythm of a place built for beauty and relaxation, Bath during the day feels like a perfect blend of past and present, calm and splendor. There's something almost otherworldly about seeing Stonehenge rise from the open fields of Salisbury Plain. As you approach during the day, the massive standing stones seem to appear out of nowhere, silent, mysterious, and ancient beyond words. Bathed in sunlight, their shadows stretch across the grass, and it's impossible not to pause and wonder, who built this? Why? The truth is, no one knows for sure. And that mystery is part of what makes standing before Stonehenge such a powerful experience. These stones have stood here for over 4,500 years, older than the pyramids of Egypt. As you walk the circular path around the monument, you begin to notice the careful alignment of the stones. Some mark the rising and setting of the sun during the solstices, which suggests a deep connection between the site and the cycles of nature. Guides and displays tell of burial mounds, ancient tools, and nearby settlements that paint a picture of a place that was once alive with ceremony and meaning. Even in broad daylight, the site holds a quiet, almost spiritual atmosphere, as if the land itself remembers the hands that once shaped it. Beyond the stones, the surrounding landscape stretches out in all directions, rolling hills, open skies, and hidden burial barrows dotting the fields. Daytime walks through this area reveal just how much history is buried in the earth. The nearby visitor centre adds context to what you see, with archaeological finds and a reconstructed Neolithic village that helps you imagine daily life in prehistoric times. But no matter how many facts you learn, Stonehenge remains a place of wonder. It's not just a monument, it's a question written in stone, standing silently under the sky. Brighton is where the English seaside gets a burst of colour, creativity and coastal charm. As the sun rises over the Brighton Palace Pier, the sound of waves, seagulls, and cheerful laughter fills the air. During the day, this historic pier becomes a playground of arcade games, candy-striped stalls, and seaside fun, all stretching out over the shimmering English Channel. Walk along the pebble beach with the salty breeze in your face, and you'll see artists sketching the sea, families skipping stones, and paddleboarders drifting gently along the coast. The Royal Pavilion is an unforgettable sight, a former royal palace designed with Indian-inspired domes and Chinese-style interiors, standing out boldly against the blue sky. In the daylight, the gardens around the pavilion are full of life, where people sit on the grass, musicians play under the trees, and flowers bloom beside winding paths. For a fresh view of the city and sea, take a ride on the Brighton Rice 360, a glass observation pod that rises high into the sky. From above, you can spot the curve of the coastline, the rooftops of Brighton's lively neighbourhoods, and even the rolling South Downs in the distance. On foot, the Undercliff Walk offers a scenic path along towering chalk cliffs and crashing waves, perfect for a breezy morning stroll. Brighton isn't just a beach town, it's a place where history, art, and the sea all dance together in the light of day. From ancient stone circles to golden villages, from royal cities to quiet countryside trails, England is a land where every corner tells a story. Whether you're drawn to the historic streets of Oxford and York, the natural beauty of the Lake District and the Cotswolds, or the creative pulse of cities like London, Liverpool, and Brighton, one thing is certain: there's always more than meets the eye. We've only just scratched the surface of what England has to offer. It's a country that blends the past and present in ways that surprise, inspire, and stay with you long after you've left. So whether you're planning your first visit or dreaming of returning, let this be your invitation to explore deeper. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite destination in the comments below. And stay tuned. There's a whole world out there, and we can't wait to show you where to go next.